Hey, it's Dan. I'm guessing you're looking at your screen or the title of this video and thinking, hey, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been 2 years since my last one. Mostly because, well, I couldn't get enough characters in time. And, well, now I would say I think I have enough, but looking at the structure, not really. Now, look, we know the drill. I will not include any dead or irrelevant protagonists. But if I do forget a relevant antagonist, screw up a word or sentence, and have a long pause, please don't be critical about it. This is my 5th attempt. I'm not that happy about it. But let's begin, so I'm not wasting your time. Anyway, yeah, we know the drill. Taking the gold medal of good is my favorite My Singing Monster. What? No, not a Wobox. What do you mean? The tree from Seasonal Shanty? Starting off with, well, her main factors of being a character, she is my, well, in-channel soulmate, not in real life, of course. It's a character. But also, she is prone to not going violent, especially in cases like Slenderman, who, well, probably seen the video. He deserved it. But what does Vivienne do? No, she doesn't want to hurt anybody. So she just builds a Wobox to do it for her. And what I think is, if you choose not to be violent towards anything, that's nice. A real, as stated in the bio, caring soul for this gentle tree. In the silver medal is the dog, or quote-unquote dog, Cyan. Like Viv, which is what I call Vivienne for short. Unlike her, Cyan is prone to violence, only to those who deserve it. She's able to stand up for her friends, and chose to go after Slender Man at the end of Squid Games. Even if it wasn't the most successful. I haven't seen the video in a while, so I'm a bit daisy. No. Sorry about that. Cyan is loyal, a good friend, and quick to make a move on anything she deems a threat. There? Yeah? Yeah. Taking the bronze medal of good goes to Choo Choo Charles, the spider train that Bam Bam cooked up at the end of May the Freaks Be With You. Sure, he might be irrelevant, but there is one thing at the last episode of May the Freaks Be With You. At the Hour of Joy, or let me rephrase that, the end of the Hour of Joy, when he's able to snap out all of Playtime Co.'s toys from going on that rampage and help take down the prototype. And, well, we haven't seen much of him, so, well, I can't place him higher. Speaking of those I was going to place higher, next is Bunzo Bunny. The only positive thing I can say about him is, well, his jolliness. Anytime there's a situation, he always has a smile on his face and a happy tone in his voice. Not sure if that's like a personal thing about him, but the only thing that keeps him out of the top 3 is, well, he was sustained to the prototype's power in the Hour of Joy. No, that's not good. No. Next up is Bittergiggle, the court jester of Bam Bam's kindergarten. This guy knows when something is no laughing matter. I bet he's laughing at that on the other side of this wall. Yeah, probably. Once he knew that everyone was missing in the school... Let me rephrase that. When he noticed that a lot of people were missing and at the Squid Games, he was right to get Catnap, to get off his purple bum, and help. And was the start of trying to help save us all. And, and he does make a joke to help make people feel better. That's his job. He's a jester. Taking the end spot of the good tier is a two-way tie between Jumbo Josh and Bambolina. Let's start with Josh for once, who appears more. He doesn't do much, but he is quick to act. Like one time when one of the other contestants of Squid Games attacked Cyan, or was it him? I can't remember. He was quick to deal with them immediately. But that's really the only good thing he's done. Bambolina, on the other hand, does something much better. After finding out what Slender Man has done to me in the last part of Squid Games, that being, well, he tore off my legs and head, she chose to stay behind, put me back together, and bring me back to life. Though she appears less than Josh, so at what point who is better than who? Just let me know in the comments. Now we're in the neutral tier. And of course, everyone knows this. These characters aren't really good, but they're not straight up bad, right? At least I think so. Starting off with Ban Ban. Yes, this was the best picture I wanted to find. At least on the opposite side of Red, Ban Ban chooses to make inventions that don't kill people. As in what happened to Mike in 2024. Yeah. But what puts him in the neutral tier is his whole thing about eating pancreas. Still gotta worry about that. Next is the biggest entry, and, well, yeah, I think so, is the Squid Game contestants. Apart from one that we'll get to later for obvious reasons. These of which being Scorch, Robot Chicken, Pickle Rick, Treasure Goblin, Galaxy, Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus, The Watcher, Drill Pod, Gigantus, Cerberus, and whatever the heck this thing is on the far right. We still don't know. These are just absolute neutral ones. Though the Dilophosaurus is the best and the Treasure Goblin is the worst. So they're kind of yin and yangs, if that makes sense. I don't know if that even makes sense, so why not just put them in the neutral tier? Rounding out the neutral tier is the character whose existence makes the least amount of sense, Octi Longlegs. Now, this was going to be put in the bad section, but I decided not to. Let's start with her negatives. In the first episode of May the Freaks Be With You, is that it? Yeah. She tried to kill me for stating that she was imaginary and fake. That's not good. But at the end of May the Freaks Be With You, what she did was save me from, well, being killed by the prototype. I guess she learned her lesson. She is another one of those ones that falls into one of the category of they're kind of irrelevant, but I still put them in. Nah, whatevs. Anyway, though, now we have the evil tier. But I guess we'll start off with the character that is more considered bad and not exactly evil. I'm talking about the main antagonist from my least favorite Poppy Playtime chapter, Catnap. Yes, I admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Chapter 3. Catnap does more bad than good. Well, go figure as to what you've seen. He got with the silver medal of evil to rebuild the prototype and caused the Hour of Joy all over again. And then after that, a whole year later, all he just does is sit around like he owns the place. No, this is my house. Only for Bittergiggle to convince him to save everybody from Slender Man's Squid Games, that he's able to put Slender Man asleep with his lavender-scented sleeping gas. Now we have characters that are actually bad. Starting with, and I quote, Micro Mysterio. Yeah, he is Micro. He goes like above my belly button or something. No, stop talking about heights. That's not important. We're talking about morality. This guy is the one contestant of Squid Games that I put off from the other group for one reason in the third episode of Squid Games. In the fight, he seemed like he was doing it for the fun, not for the challenge. I bet you're thinking, but Dad, that was the challenge. You had to do it. Why did he kill the Balloon Bot and Wooly Bully if they weren't confirmed contestants? Seems like killing for the fun for me. Anyway, oh wait, I forgot to mention, this is the bronze medal of evil. So far. Oh wait, yeah, I definitely forgot one person. I'm not going back. Anyway, the silver medal. No. Well, yeah. True bronze medal of evil. Wait, no, what am I saying? Silver. Silver in this list is Kelly Willy. This guy is like, he tried to build the prototype with Catnap, except he actively tried to kill, and quite a big handful as well. If it weren't for, well, the gold, this guy would have been the gold medal of evil. All for one piece of evidence that I left out completely. And that is where the gold medal of good evil Slender Man comes in. The frontman of the Squid Games series. This guy, okay, excuse my language, well, where the hell did his moralities go? Yeah, okay, look, my content isn't for children, alright? But as I was saying, this guy hosted basically some sort of torture show where he would just kidnap people, put them into sick, twisted games, and here's the kicker. In episode 3, when we refuse to kill each other because we're friends and family, not with him, of course. What are you thinking? He just pulled me and Vivian out of the room, and then just shot a bunch of our friends. And need I remind you, 4 of them are children. What sick and twisted mind you have to be to go through that? Golly. Well, that's it for today. If there is any disagreements, no. If you have your own list of who is the most good and evil, do feel free to put it in the comments. I'm not forcing you. You can do it at your own will. And I don't mean to be that kind of YouTuber, but please like and subscribe. I'm not very fond of likes, but you could at least subscribe. Anyway, just bye.